it happens to someone. It's usually me, but not this week. Well, good morning, everyone. I think we've got some technical issues, but we'll start in 2 minutes. Merry Christmas. Let me get the stats. Hello. We're just waiting for Tama to reconnect.
Hey there, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Thank you for being here for this month's AMA. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I hope everyone's feeling really well. There's a lot of questions that we need to get through today, so I'll probably just give it a quick couple of minutes for the last few people to jump on and we will get stuck into things. I would like to say we do have an update coming up, ideally this week. It'll be over the next couple of days. It should address a lot of performance issues and add a couple of new things. We're also bringing in some new UGC. So if you are hoping to submit some UGC, definitely see if you can get it in before the end of this week. And then we can make sure that it's included in our next input as well. There's been some really cool UGC additions. If you ever want to take a look at those, you can just go to the mainpixelstarships.com. Choose UGC. I did see that one. I did see that one. Yeah, we just make sure you go to the main webpage, check out the UGC page, and you'll be able to vote on them as well. You can vote just by clicking on the little love heart icon, and then the page will reload to count your vote properly. There are some improvements coming to that page as well. Also need to let you guys know that we have had this asked a couple of times. To see the stickers, you just got to select the drop down option on the top left of the page to switch from room designs to stickers.
We probably
Next,
should change that design.
yeah, we'll definitely look into some
Hmm.
improvements, I think, especially as we start to expand the UGC system more. So much amazing art has been submitted from people. So it's something that we really want to get behind. Wow, there's some amazing avatars in here. I think it's a Lateralis avatar. Oh, look, we've got the old Thanksgiving avatar. There's some really cool ones. Awesome. All right, let's get started, guys. Again, thank you for taking the time to submit any questions via the thread. About 10 minutes before we finish the AMA, we will open up questions from the chat. Please save them for the moment. I'll give a bit of a warning then, just to make sure that we don't miss anyone's questions. There is a lot to get through though, so let's get started. First question is from Delwar. Hey Delwar, I hope you're doing well. Can you give us a hint at something soonish that hasn't been announced or hinted at as of yet? This is a good one for Zen, I think.
Ah, yes, there's a lot to announce, most of which we can't yet, but it's really exciting. We've got a couple of big announcements next year. For now, there's a new icon coming. I don't know if there's anything, but in terms of big announcements, there's a lot of stuff under NDAs at the moment. We've got some pretty exciting stuff coming. I think basically every quarter next year, we've got full of exciting content updates and features. Yeah,
We could tell
gee,
you, but we will have to kill you.
basically, it's gonna be
There's
good.
some very big
That's
IPs that we're going to be working with, guys. We're very lucky to be working with them, but of course we have to make sure that the content is fantastic and that it matches the current game development as well. We are hopefully going to be working on a couple of things that we've previously announced, so things like the black hole system, um, wormhole system, and the battle system as well. But one of the things that we are heading towards is more fleet activities as well. So anticipate some of that next year. We can't give exact dates, but we are talking about group battles, shared battles, things like that, as long as it fits the schedule. As always, we need to make sure testing is sufficient and that it's something that we've worked with our players to make sure that it's for the best of the game and that everyone can enjoy it and as we continue to improve the options for gameplay. Next question from Cassiopeia343. Hey Cass, what's the ideal target time length for ship battles? Example, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Kildare, what do you think about that one?
So, well, the answer to this question really depends on like your current power level, your current like at what ship level you're at. But if you're talking about purely about like the end game kind of thing, as far as balance is concerned, we are trying to make it so that it lasts between like 30 seconds to a minute around, give or take. Like but obviously we also have allowances for people who like tank builds to go longer than that, yeah, but as far as like we are concerned, we would want to aim around like a minute, like, yeah, on average. Hope that answers the question.
No, great answer. Oh, fantastic.
Mm,
Okay.
agree.
Next
I know
question
on the
is from.
top level, some people can finish a battle in like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah,
That's
but that's not really ideal. Yeah,
that's not
usually
ideal.
it's like
Yeah,
I think it's ideal if someone's smart enough to get that set up and do the AI really well. I think that's the goal. But of course, I think the only limiting factor is getting it done within time, making sure that it's an enjoyable battle, that you are able to deploy your strat properly, that there isn't any glaring balance issues that prevent that. So for me, it's always been, hey, if I got you within the time limit, I got you. But yeah, definitely something that's interesting to discuss. It's good to hear everyone's thoughts on that. And I think it'll probably change a lot too as the meta continues to change. I know a long time ago, and I'm talking years ago, it used to be pen spam and hold on. But then we went, of course, through things like telespam, a couple of other things, gunship purism. It kind of is moving all over the place. So
yeah,
I think
some of these things can be a bit difficult to how to say, like, predict, like especially when we introduce new content, like with the collections update. So sometimes this may go beyond expectations. So usually what's going to happen is after that we would try to shift them back in, yeah, to
oh, well
like
said.
correct time. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Next question is from Rufus60. Can we get a commitment to meaningful improvement of the tournament format for next year? Okay, yes, definitely. In this update, or as part of this update coming this week, we are going to make some changes to tournaments so far as the time that you are invulnerable for, immunity, I should say. So that's going to be reduced from 2 hours to 1 hour. We're then going to take a view on the feedback of this, see how it performs, potentially look at changing it again. There are some scheduled changes that we're looking at for next year so far as the reward system, basically the star system. I don't want to go into it too much yet because it is still very much a work in progress. Just want to say, though, this is definitely not something we've just been pushing onto the back burner. We've all been very keen to get to it. I know Kildare and Zin have been really, really keen to get to this to improve it as well. But there is one difficulty facing that we have to make sure that if we do roll it out partway through the year, that it doesn't affect the end of year performance as well. So there will be more information of that in the future. Unfortunately, I can't go into too much just yet, but yes, definitely committed there. Next question is from Red Echo. With the large number of client server syncing bugs on the Steam client PC and other related network bugs, how much attention is the team dedicating to solving these existing issues instead of working on a new game? Oh, well, I think Zin, you're probably a good one to answer for this, but I can say that the PSS2 team is a completely separate team. Zin?
yeah. No, thanks for raising that. I think we have been trying to address the sync issues, and I think statistically it's gotten a lot better. I'm surprised. Um, it's, I mean, it sounds like it's more raising an issue that there's a large number of client server sync issues at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We may need to pass this to Kildare and maybe High as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah,
I think, sorry, in case there's some misunderstanding, I think the references here is not so much about the battle sync. I mean, there's some minor issues with the battle sync, but that's majority has been already addressed. It's just mainly about, I think it's referencing the server, like,
Oh, the server
probably
stability
issues. Yeah.
side. Yeah, we knew there were a couple of issues introduced with the last patch. I believe High's on top of that, and that's mostly under control. We just checked that this morning during our Scrum meeting. Um, yeah, I believe right now is at a pretty stable state. Also, since I think Thursday, Friday, we got a pretty big promotion from Apple on the App Store. So there's a lot of new players joining in. That yeah, that might have something to do with it. But I think in general, the sync battle sync has been getting much better. The client server, yeah, we are aware there were issues last week. That's uh, should be addressed. If that continues, please let us know. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
definitely
for
keep the
raising
reporting
the
coming in.
yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Good answer. Hi is currently looking to a lot of improvements to make ahead of the holiday season as well, although we're pretty much there. It is something that we don't like to go into too much, but we do see this a lot when we get a lot of new players. So um, I'm not blaming that on getting new players, of course. That's that we want that, but at the same time, I think there's a lot that we can improve, and Hi's busy at work at that in the moment. Next question's from Infinity52. Will there be changes slash improvements to the current market system? So he's listed a couple of examples here. Listings can get buried and never seen. Okay, so this is a lot of UI stuff and the day trader research data not being updated correctly. I will say that the day trader data not being updated correctly sounds like a bug. So I'll get that looked into after this immediately. Other than that, Kildare, is there anything you'd like to note on this one?
Well, as far as listings are concerned, I believe that's a technical limitation. Because I think it's not easy to show because of the way the market works. I don't think it's easy to show like all the listings at once. So yeah, I maybe we could review. I don't know if that's something we could do. Like
Yeah, we can
as
look at
far as
improving that.
technically, but
I see what they're
I
saying.
highly doubt we could really
Yep,
do it.
we'll definitely
Because
review it though, but it sounds like technical limitation. And there's some UI stuff
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Um,
So UI ones, I think we have that those in mind for the at like the future UI overhaul. So yeah, that would be pending that. Yeah.
Awesome, good to hear. I play on mobile as well, so I totally understand how tiny those buttons could be. So I would be for that as well, please. Next question's from Prime Hunter. Hey, Prime. Who is the true identity behind the soda delivery man? Ooh, good question. Zin.
Does anyone know? Someone drops
I believe
off
that was a joke.
cola,
I think that was
etc.
in-house. Yeah, it was like a in-house like a joke thing that we had. I think it was like somebody delivered pizza, or was it like I don't remember what the context of the joke anymore. But yeah, it was designed as a joke, like
No,
along the theme.
let's just
Yeah.
keep it mysterious. Next question.
Yeah, this is sounding like a conspiracy. Okay, you two. Okay, I'll let you get away with that one. Next question is from: is this just real life? Is it just fantasies? Will you ever consider allowing captains to have a head slot? Kildare.
So this is by design, because I think from early on we realized that if we gave the captains a helmet, it would be just be hidden, like nobody knows it's a captain and that kind of thing. So because like the captain has a unique, like the captain hat and everything, and we wanted that to be kept visually visible. So yeah, that's why we made this design decision not to have a helmet available for the captain. Yeah.
So no captain hats for captains. I suppose they
Yes.
get them in their general art anyway, right?
We mentioned this a couple of times, but it will be released when it's ready. But we do have a tentative target. It's pretty soon. It's June 2025 for early access globally. It's already playable in certain regions as a test, as a beta test, and we're gonna drop some keys. I think there's another question, but we're gonna drop some keys for Christmas as well, so people can jump in and have a play around.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, cool. Next question is from Bulangju. Sorry if I butchered that. Can you explain why there is still travel time between systems? It makes zero sense. If you have 7 minutes to travel to a system and you have to click halfway, rush, click again, rush. Ooh, this is a good one for Kildare.
Yeah, so we actually just recently had a discussion about this. There's we haven't really had like any confirmation as to what the changes would be, but we do, I mean, have like some ideas to how we could change it. But we're still in the midst of like discussing this internally. So yeah, we'll give you guys more of an update when we do actually have more of a finalized design for this. Um, yeah, but the reason why we even had it to begin, so when this goes back to when we first created the Galaxy map. See, we already intended to have like a proper travel time and everything, but uh along the way we realized like after we rolled out, we realized that yeah, it didn't really quite make sense, but because we were already too deep into the implementation, we didn't really want to change it at the time. So we thought we may just fix this in the future update.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the information and overview there. Kill, that's perfect. Next question is from ISSOD. Will modules ever be considered for stardusting? Okay, so this one is something we'll need to discuss. I would have concerns that it's only ever going to be more of a pitfall and potential mistake, even with the confirmation coming up. I would also say we should promote people exchanging modules via mainly the market or holding on to them. There's a lot that could go into that. I'd even say that when we're talking about this, we'd only be looking at a couple of things, like maybe the proximity mine. I could see a lot of people wanting to dust that, but realistically, especially from getting the most out of Stardust and the most out of the breakdown system, I wouldn't recommend using modules for that. But we will have a chat about that ISSOD. Please send me a message to just clarify which ones you in particular you're worried about. Again, I do think it'll be the proximity mines, and we'll have a bit of a chat as a team. Again, we just don't want people to accidentally lose their modules once they take so much investment with the crafting system as is currently. Next question is from Captain Gino. In the past AMA, it was talked about a defensive hangar. Any developed thoughts on how that will be working in the future? Kildare.
Yeah, so this is actually coming soon in like probably the next major update, maybe, depending on how it goes. But yes, the defensive hangar. So basically, what it does is that it will deploy crafts that basically only hover around your ship, and what they do is they will either do stuff like repair rooms or defend against like specific attacks. Or you can even have like a defensive craft that only attacks other craft, that kind of thing. So
Oh,
yeah, we'll
that
see how
sounds
it
very
goes. But
exciting.
yeah, a lot of these are still in experimental stage. So yeah, whatever I say here may not come out, depending on how testing goes. But yes, that's the plan.
But it's in consideration. You know, it would be cool, a defensive craft that intercepts missiles.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that we are trying.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you for that, Kildare. Next question from Natalie Law. Are there any plans to improve the mobile interface? We're having a bit of a chat about this before with Market. When placing mining drones, the green button dodges under various other UI elements and makes it quite annoying. There are other various issues like this. Okay, so for this one, I would say please post any direct recommendations or direct issues you have in the UI feedback mega thread, just on Discord. Other than that, Kildare, is there anything that you're currently looking at that you're going to improve for the UI?
Uh, I think we like this is considered like part of the UI overhaul that we have planned in the future. I mean, usually what I'll do is whenever like people report and it's something that I feel that I can fix it like immediately, I would usually do it. Like if it's not too difficult. The problem with a lot of UI issues is sometimes it might be
A
like
couple of times.
a foundational thing and it requires a bit of an overhaul. And usually that requires more time and effort. So yeah, usually we try to save that for like a big overhaul update. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Next question is from Micely. Module bug fix when? Oh, goodness. Okay, so we're actually dedicating all of our server team to this one at the moment alongside improving server performance. It's something that we're taking a view on whether we need to totally rebuild it or not. It is something that we also notice it tends to occur a lot more when the server is under high load. So I can't say exactly when, but it is our highest priority at the moment. I do apologize to anyone who's dealing with their modules going to their inventory. Please let us know in reports, and I get those passed on immediately. We look at every single one of them. If you do have a module that goes missing, please double confirm, and then let me know or send through a bug report, and we'll get that investigated as well. We are noticing that a lot of those reports, the module hasn't actually disappeared though. So just requesting that you're perfectly clear on that one, just in case we spend the time checking for it to see if there's possibly something we missed when we're applying our fix. And it just tends to take a little bit of time, of course. So always available to hear about those, always available to check to see if there's any updates. Please feel free to let any of us know. Hopefully very soon. I would anticipate this week, but I don't want to put too much pressure on the server guys. Next question, you know what? Let's go into this one as well. It's from Anna. What are each of the Savvy staff's favorite crew in the game? Now we can't answer for all the staff, unfortunately, with just us three here. For
There,
myself,
there, there's
it's
only one correct question here. Sorry, correct answer to this question.
all right. Okay, what's yours, Kildare?
I mean, it's clearly Zin. Zin is all our
What?
favorite crews, right?
Ah,
Oh, really? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, clearly, right? It's, a race.
Yes, let's go holiday early. All right, let's go.
how about you, Zin? Do you have a favorite crew?
I don't know. I like I mean, design-wise, I like Robo Rob. I think that's a cool coupe. Yeah.
Cool mecha crew, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Good answer. I
Yourself?
think again, just art design wise. I mean, if we went into balance wise, there's a few of them, but art wise, it's probably Dennis for me with the dog, or Dread Pine, the new crew that's available at the moment for a promotion, for the Xmas event, guys. Really cool animated mini sprite for that crew with the mouth opening as it moves, and probably Smoky Cat Sinksky, just because it's three cats in a jacket in a trench coat. I mean, what's not to like?
So many.
Another question from Another question from Fantasies. Why does Fed Super Weapon use Psi as its boost stat rather than weapon? Um, Still there.
So this is because the shields also use size. So all the weapons are based instead of basing off like as in the support stats are not based off the consistent like rules or usually based off the counters. So like the AA's push that is the pilot, which is count. This is the counter for carriers, which is OA pilot stat. Same goes with missiles, which is ENG versus all the missile rooms. They're all supported by engine set. So it's the same thing here because uh, the laser weapons are countered by shields. So shields they are science boosted, so that goes the same way for PP and PD. Hope that answers the question.
Thank you very much for that, my friend. Next question, and I'll just say, guys, if you'd like to start posting questions in the chat, we'll see if we can get to a few of those as well. If we haven't answered your question that you posted in the thread, I do apologize. There's just a lot that we've got to get through today. I will do my absolute best to get answers for those once this is completed. I usually just list those in the channel and then unlock the thread so you can respond or ask any additional questions, and I'll follow on those as well. Next question is from Alpha One. Does does Soda's team monitor the PSS meta? Do you think there is now a balance between players with and without teleport between gunship and pen spam? This is probably a good one for Kildare. I can say that yes, we very closely monitor the meta, but
Yeah,
Kildare?
yeah. It's just that because the meta is constantly evolving, especially when there's new content and new gameplay mechanics. So I would say it's I would never say that it's completely balanced for any strat because again it evolves constantly. So what we'll do is just try to get them as close as possible over time. As also there's a lot of things that we still working on in terms of balance anyway. Like there's just a lot of missing things. Like we're still introducing new rooms for these archetypes that are missing those rooms. Like currently gunships obviously still has the most rooms available to them as a strategy. So we're trying to bridge that gap for the other archetypes. Yeah, and then once that happens, then we can look more into like further balancing between each archetype. So it's a bit difficult at the moment because of this disparity um, to really truly balance them. Yeah, because like we will get this weird thing with like power investment, like because there's less rooms for some strats to invest. If we buff that too much, then it would be like they just require less investment in power you know to be able to achieve the same result. That's not good balance. So once we've solved that issue, then we can look further into this. Yeah, hope that makes sense.
Okay. No, that's a good answer. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna have to skip a few questions here, um, and then we'll get to the ones being asked in the chat. Again, I will respond to all of these though in the thread. I apologize if we've been unable to answer your question in time. What question from Prime Hunter? I need to know how many texts there are in total in the bottom of the loading screen. So that's how many tooltips. Zin,
Ah, we've got a note. We counted this 28, but it's we can add new ones. They've been there for quite some time, so I think that I would read it as a note. We should rotate them around. So let's do that.
get a few more
We
helpful
did
tips
actually
in.
had a couple like early this year. I can remember.
Mm.
Remember
Yeah.
some like like we did have a few additions, but yeah, we could always add more to that list.
Awesome. And I'd just like to mention we've got a question from Havoc later on. I just wanted to underline something Zin said earlier. We will be dropping more PSS2 keys. We'll probably also be working with our amazing mods to see if we can start running some competitions or something like that. Other than that, guys, just with the time we've got left, I'll be jumping into questions that have been asked in the chat. Still time, please feel free to ask any questions and we'll see if we can address them. We've got a lot of fantastic puns about a cheese crew, but I won't get into that at the moment. When is the true trader trade? Sorry, question by Zero. When is the crew trader coming? It'll be as part of an update next year. I would like it to be Q1 Zero, but we'll see what we can do. It may potentially be Q2 because, as mentioned before, we've got some seriously exciting collabs coming up with some very famous IDs that we want to make sure that we do justice to, and I think they'll be just as exciting, to be honest with you guys. Other than that, next question is from Key. Apologies if I totally butchered that. When will Scratchy and other similar prizes have reconsideration into the prize pools? Oh, okay. So when you talk, you'd like new items or items that have been designed since added to the Scratchy tables. I can note that down and we can definitely look into that. Would you be okay with that, Zin?
Yeah, okay. I think that's fine.
Awesome. And they're a bit worried about crates being really useless. Remember, as part of the Scratchy, they wouldn't be worth as much if there wasn't a fail roll. So we'll probably need to keep those in there just to make sure that the balance and their value is kept the same. But we'll also have a look to see how it's been depressing over time and if there's anything we can do to improve that, perhaps up the count of them or something similar. Any more hangar offensive rooms coming soon? Help me make a hangar ship main. That's from Delwar. Probably a good question for you, Kildare.
At the moment, no, but we could look into that. Because yeah, it's one step at a time. So we'll have to see review after the defense hangers rollout. I mean, ideally yes. It's just that I don't want to add just add more of like like the existing ones. Uh, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay, awesome answer. Thank you for that. Will TB changes also still nerf BFB in some way? And that's a question from Dress.
Sorry, I kind of missed that question. Sorry.
Will TB changes also still nerf BFB in some way?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, you're talking about the tractor beams. Yes. So that is partially intended. It's not completely meant to be a just a BFB counter, but yes, it does still serve as a counter. It's just we're looking into making a bit more of a delay in the retargeting that's in the upcoming update. Because currently I think the issue is that it retargets immediately to the closest target. Uh, so that makes it really a bit too difficult for the kamikaze class. So yeah, that's just adding a slight delay to that, so that there's a chance that it can still go through. Yeah, that's about it.
Amazing. We've probably got time for one, maybe two more, guys. I just want to bring up a question that August asked, just mentioning it in the chat at the moment. Do we have any plans to utilize the Starbase system more? Anything like more rooms, better AI, special research, separate tools to donate crew? Um, Basically, yeah, anything we can do to improve Starbases and their gameplay. Probably another good one for Vincent, to be honest. Still there?
Sorry, again, missed that. Can you say that again?
Okay.
Sorry.
Is there any plans to utilize the Starbase system more? Any
Oh
improvements to
yes,
Starbases?
yes. Sorry. The we definitely have more plans for that. It's just that it again depends on the priority of our pipeline. Uh, yeah, I think a lot of the content testers will know that I have a lot of plans for that. That's it in my documentation. But yes, yeah, it really depends on our pipeline, as you well know.
Yeah, we did
We'll
one
see what we can
really
do to slot that in.
we did one earlier this year, or was it late last year, but yeah, didn't make too as much of an impact as we wanted. So it's probably either we didn't do enough on that update, or yeah, we need some
Mm,
different
that's a
different
good point.
features.
I think it was just more of the same. Yeah, exactly. You read my
Mm,
mind. Just more features, some
mm.
more stuff we can do with it.
I think
There
if
is a
we
new fleet
yeah
objective. which is
If we
based off
had like
attacking or
another
raiding.
missile for the cruise missile thing, that might change the balance of it a bit because there's not much in the starbase that actually affects the battles. I think that's the problem. Mm.
Awesome,
Okay.
awesome. One more question, if I can fit it in, please. This will be for Zin. Is there still a commitment for any Bucks purchases made from October 2023 onwards to be mirrored onto PSS2?
Yes, yes. That's was announced, and we reiterated that many times during the AMAs. That's definitely a thing. So any purchases in for Starbucks in PSS1 is going to just automatically be duplicated, not transferred, but duplicated. So you're going to get two of two of those Starbucks,
Which is a
PSS1
pretty
bucks
amazing
and
deal.
PSS2 bucks. Yeah,
That's fantastic.
as
And of course, we
because
do appreciate any support you guys give us because it does help development. And yeah, it does mean a lot. So thank you for anyone that's supported the game in the past and know that you will get those purchases duplicated, as Zin said. All right, I think we can call it there, guys. Just a shortly, little bit over time. Thank you so much for your submitted questions. Again, I will jump into the thread and answer any that we didn't have time for here today. Apart from that, I just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, happy holiday period. See you in the new year. Take care and good luck out there, guys.
yay, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.